Welcome everyone, episode 33 Aussie Max Zone coming to you this week. Welcome one and all. What have we got for you this week? We got some stories for the next little while or so. We're going to go through some stories and some tips and tricks and what have we learnt this week about Apple and iOS and all that sort of jazz. So sit back and stay with us, and I hope you guys learned something. The Aussie Max Zone is brought to you by Aussie Tech Heads Web Hosting. If you're after some nice professional web hosting at an affordable price, you know you can get yourself around cPanel or install WordPress or Joomla or Drupal or whatever at the touch of 2 clicks. You've got a WordPress blog up and running, you know, in under 5 minutes. Sign up, athwebhosting.com.au, and also a bit later on, we'll be telling you how to win a iTunes gift card to the value of $20, and that is all sponsored or brought to you by the ithelp2u.com.au. So very good stuff. All right, let's introduce the guys who are with us tonight, and fresh from his blackout from last week is Jace. How you going, Jace?
Hello. Yes, from a non-blacked out zone this week. So happy to be joining everyone again to
yes,
bring everyone up to date on the latest Apple news.
Yes, good stuff. So how long were you blacked out for? Like a day?
Oh, about a day. There was a big, lots of big wins around here, and it kept crews very busy. I think they replaced something like 200 transformers, and there was 700 individual line breaks that they repaired. So
yeah, right.
Power people in South Australia kept very busy last week.
All right, and over there in the other corner is Michael from Sydney. How you doing, Michael? How you doing, Sydney?
Sydney's doing great, my friend.
Hey, Sydney.
Hello, hey, Sydney. That's right. Oh, that's good. What have you been up to this week? You've been screen printing.
Screen printing? I've got a sexy little shirt for the people on the video.
Oh yeah, baby. He's got a happy birthday, 30th birthday Mac shirt on. Oh,
yes,
you little thing. So that was
loud and proud.
Good stuff. So you should be. All right. Well, let's get moving on, because we got quite a bit to fit into the show this week. So let's start with who's starting. Oh, Jace, this is right up your alley. Tell us what's launched and now available in Australia.
Absolutely. It's finally here. iTunes Radio has quietly slipped in, I guess, and if it's not showing up on your iDevice, where you should have started through music, now have another option there. You just need to close the app by sliding it up in the home screen and relaunching it, and you can enjoy the goodness of iTunes Radio.
Nice.
So I've really only been having a play with it today, but I guess it's as we expected. It's got the stations that show up. So we've got things, having a look now, like Hot Today, Hot Alternative, 80s, 90s and now, and you can make your own station from genre, artist or song, I guess, to seed it.
Right.
I haven't had a great play with that yet, but yeah, look, it's here. And if you've got iTunes Match, it's included in your subscription, so it's on an iDevice near you right now.
Right.
I don't know, Michael, have you had much of a play with it?
Oh no, I had a play with it this morning, and it had like you say, had all the stations there. Just had a quick listen to some of them, and it worked straight up. So
yeah, so I'll look, a little tip, I suppose, from me, because I tried to get the radio on mine, and just before the show then I was following Jace's little notes, and I closed it, but apparently I had to do mine twice, because as I said to Michael, your notes and stuff, they don't work.
Maybe you're just special.
I might have been. So, well, what I actually did is I just closed every app. I slid up, you know how you slide up, I just closed every app that I had, went straight back, just a clean home screen, and then did the music app again, and then it popped up bottom left as another choice. So I haven't had a big play with it, but now that I know it's there, well, I'm sure to have a go, probably tomorrow, I'd say.
Yeah, well, that's not a bad thing to do sometimes anyway, just go through, and it's very therapeutic going through and killing all your apps, and it makes everything run faster.
Well, surprisingly, because I'd forgotten that because I'd been away for the weekend, and I'd give the kids the phone to have a bit of a play with, while they had some downtime, and you don't really think about things, And then when I was flicking all the apps off, I'm going, all these games, every single Angry Birds that there is was open, and then all the
Angry Birds, Flappy Birds, all kinds of birds.
Yeah, well, we've got a story about Flappy. We'll do in a minute. Flappy is sappy. So, but, so iTunes Radio, it's launched in the US, and it's launched at a couple of other countries around the world. Is that right? I think it is. UK and all that, probably the bigger ones.
I didn't check. I would imagine there'd be a few that came in with us. So you would imagine, probably our friends in the UK.
So
maybe New Zealand and a few others.
So what sort of experience can we expect, Jace? Like, is it like a Pandora style service? Like you just see the radio and then you see a couple of songs and then it just predicts what other songs that you might like. Is that pretty much?
It's more based around like a Pandora type service rather than you can go in and specifically grab your own songs. But I mean, I think the good thing is there that you get exposed to a few new artists and songs that you may not have heard before. So, look, I guess the proof's going to be in the listening, I guess. So maybe next week we'll have some more to report there with our experiences of the good and the bad as to how it works. Yeah.
Well, we'll leave that one till we might do it. We'll come back to that one next week maybe and find out.
Do a bit of a road test.
Yeah, find out how that works because I'd be interested in why there's a free version, I would imagine, and then as you just said before, you got a paid version that goes with the music match account from Apple. So not too sure.
I think you just don't get the ads. But even I think both versions are around. It's got the enticing icon of purchase me from the iTunes store. So
that's the one.
Right.
It is around. It is around trying to sell you the track or the album.
It's very enticing, and now that we've had the music added to the iPhone, this is even more reason why people apparently are just saying that it's better to have an iPhone and enjoy your technology than have sex. This is true. This is true. More Americans, God bless them, can choose smartphones over sex. There you go. A new poll shows that while 20% of Americans claim they couldn't live without sex, a full 26% say they couldn't live without using their smartphones. So some dude, Robert Wild, who reports for the Bray Butt. Oh, sounds fair income, doesn't it? It also shows that Americans prefer internet access, cars, laptops, and TV to sex. What's going on over that country? Not much.
What about the other 54%?
Well,
do they combine the sex and the smartphone? Do they?
Oh, they're just hammer and tong 24/7. That's their stat. So they're all right. So, this was a study by Harris Interactive. So I suppose that's all right. That's probably got a bit of respect to it, has it? Or am I thinking of Harris Coffee? Probably the latter. So 3/4 of adults say technology enriches the quality of their lives. And almost half the people surveyed believes it improves their relationships with friends and boosts their social lives. So I would agree with that. I would agree that it boosts your relationship with friends for sure. Because
it could do, depending on what app you've got on there. Maybe if you've got Grindr or something on there, you can make a whole lot of new friends.
I'm not talking about that sort of stuff. I'm talking about on Facebook, you might reconnect with someone that you haven't seen for 20 years or something, or someone that you don't necessarily ring all the time, but you just keep in that distant Facebook contact zone, so you just know what they're doing, but you're not in their face, and when you do meet them at some Rello's get together, you go, oh yeah, I saw you doing that stuff. Yeah, cool.
Well, I guess that's a positive side of it, but I was reading a story last week around the negative side of it, where it was talking about social media and Facebook breaking up relationships and marriages, I think, where pictures and things are being posted and things are being said that where people shouldn't be in places or shouldn't be with certain people, and it's becoming known. So I guess like anything, you take the good with the bad.
That's right. Not technology.
No.
Breaking people up. That's people being dumb and breaking people up.
Yeah, well, that's right. That's right. But
that's people being people.
But doesn't it surprise you? I don't know your friends, but we've got a friend that she'll come and stay here and just the face is in the phone. You're talking to her and the face is in the phone all the time. You can get out of the phone. Talk to us. And then
she's texting you.
No, she's not texting me. I think she is on my Grindr or something, whatever that is. But you never know. But interesting stats. So good. I think we we won't. I don't think there's anything more to comment about that one. I'm not sure.
That one's done.
That one's done. All right, good stuff.
Throw it off the desk. Who did that? Was that Letterman or Leno? It's like, yep, that one's done.
That one's done. All right. Next. All right, we'll stop there. Hang on. Oh, that was my bloody stats. Now I just stopped because that was our 10. I was just sorry. Sometimes I've got to try and stretch out for.
Well, that's okay. Michael had the next story anyway about our Flappy Birds.
Good.
Yes.
Okay.
So what's happening with the Flappy Bird, Michael?
Hang on. Let's start recording again. I'll put onto you, Jace, and you can come in with that. Okay. And 3. Go.
So, Michael, speaking of Flappy Birds before, what is happening with Flappy Bird and Dong Nguyen, the developer of Flappy Birds? He's in a bit of a flap by the sounds of it.
He is. It's gone. He said one day he's had enough and he's taken it off. And sure enough, to his word, a couple of days later, it was gone. And apparently he doesn't like the notoriety for some reason. And what we can't all understand is he doesn't like the $50,000 a day in revenue he was getting. That's the one that's... Well, he's just taken it off and got rid of it.
The rumour I heard was that he was having some issues because of this $50,000 a day. He was having issues with the government. So I don't know what issues he'd be having. Like, pay your tax, move on with your life, man. You're going to keep most of it, surely. But you didn't get that side of the story or that part or that version?
No, I'd missed that one so far, yeah.
Okay. So Flappy Bird is no more. So if you were lucky enough to have got it, what grammar have I got going tonight? If you were lucky enough to have downloaded it, then, well, I suppose you can still play it, can't you? You just can't, you just won't be able to re-download it.
That's right.
Yeah, so look, another little tip that I came across, I don't know, when was it? A little while ago. I had a version of a program, little app that didn't work anymore. It crashed, but the previous version worked. And who knows why it crashes? Obviously it works for some people because, people are using it. But I wanted to go back to the previous version and I couldn't. And I asked them if they'd send it to me. They wouldn't. But apparently you can go back previous versions if you've got backups on your computer. So,
yeah.
Yes. So that's good. But I tried to do that, but my backup didn't include the version I was after. But look,
the backups now put the updates into the bin. So if you check your trash every now and again, you see that iOS app's in the bin. It's because you've had an update of that game, for example.
Right.
And it's deleted the current version or the previous version.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But yes, okay. But apparently you can, if you're lucky enough, you still can go back. But anyway, that's just if you ever wanted to do that, you can Google it. You can get them back if you're lucky enough. All right. And what's the Squashy Bird? He's still going, isn't he? I think Squashy Bird.
The Squashy Bird.
Did we do Squashy Bird on this show, or was that another show?
No, that was on another show, I think. Yeah.
Oh, do you know what Squashy Bird is, Michael?
Nah.
Well, I think it's called Squashy Bird, something like that. But apparently, this other guy took the exact same graphics of Flappy Bird and made his own game, right? But the bird still flew across the screen, but you weren't controlling the bird, you were controlling the pipes, and you had to squash him.
That sounds much more fun.
It does, doesn't it? I'm not sure if there's any...
All in lovely 8-bit graphics.
Yes. I'm not sure if there was any blood and guts, any Flappy Bird guts anywhere, but who knows?
Something else is people are now selling their smartphones because it's got Flappy Bird installed. They're on eBay.
Oh, are you serious? No.
So people must be paying a premium just so they can play this Flappy Bird game.
Oh, it never ceases to amaze me. Well, this might lead into my little story that didn't make the show notes. It's not really a story. It's just some interesting stats, actually, that I downloaded off the net. And I'll tell you where they come from just in case they come from statcounter.com and socialbakers.com and also the socialmedianews.com.au. So work it out for yourself if you believe them or not. But I thought I'd bring them up because we've got all the normal sort of, social media stats, what's good and what's not. But when we come down here to the Australian Mobile Operating System, market share. iOS, 64.2%. Sitting loud and proud on top. Android, 32.78, and all the rest, 3%. So there you go. So according to these stats, iOS, dominant, very dominant. Australian mobile browsers, market share, iPhone, 59%, Android, 22%, Chrome, 11%, all the rest, 7.5%. And the mobile internet desktop internet usage, desktop is still at 80%, mobile 19.28%. That's a big number for internet usage, isn't it? Mobile, a quarter of all the internet consumed in Australia is from the mobile. So there you go. Well, that was my little contribution. Hey, there you go. Good. So
That's going to be your thing now, isn't it?
it might be. That's right. Yeah, just chuck it up. The little robo.
Well, actually,
the robo
Leno's retired, so there could be opening there for you.
Well, there might be, but yeah, I'll just watch the robo mate try and suck them up now.
RoboCop. Are you going to see that?
No. Is that
RoboCop?
I haven't even seen the first one.
Have you?
No. I don't watch too many movies.
What were you doing in the 80s?
Oh, geez, cool and get a gold.
BMX Bandits.
Henderson Kids. Number 5 is Alive, whatever that show was. What was it, Number 5 or something? Electric Dreams, War Games, all that sort of stuff.
I like Electric Dreams.
Yeah, that wasn't bad, was it? Did you cry when the computer died?
It was an apple.
Was it an apple? Was it an apple? Wouldn't have been an apple. It wouldn't have died if it was.
Thank you.
It'd still be going, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's slowly sinking into you, Glenn.
It is. All right, let's try another story here. Michael, what have you got?
Oh, it's just for the on the road businesses, because we were talking about the card swipe reader last week, and I was in chasing mine up that I've had on order for a little while, and they said they can't supply it now, and that I have to wait for the new one to come out because they can't do swiping after the 1st of April. You've got to have a chip reader, and then the person's got to be able to enter a PIN instead of signing for it.
Are you chasing one up from PayPal or just from a merchant, normal bank?
No, it's from this Flexi Group, which is part of Flexi Rent. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I wonder why this is happening. So why are they worried about the swiping business?
No, they're changing it. Like even like down at McDonald's, you won't be able to use the swipe and sign. You have to enter. You have to use the chip reader and then enter your PIN number. Yeah. You can probably still use tap and go for the small amounts, but when you're using bigger amounts,
it's just going to chip and PIN in this region, which Europe did, I think, a few years ago. So it's really around credit card fraud. So where we've got the mag stripe, obviously it's pretty easy and has been for many years now to copy a magnetic stripe. The chip's more difficult to copy, and there's lots of stories around, signature, you can sign whatever you like, is a signature really checked? So it's really around trying to reduce credit card fraud, and that's going to be mandatory by the cards, enforced by the card schemes, later in the year. So merchants, and that's why if you're a customer as well, you would have been getting new cards with the chip on there, and your banks will be getting you to make sure you've got a PIN set on there.
I remember doing the smart chip trial years ago. That was a while ago. I think I signed up for that, and there wasn't too many shops you could use it at, and they had to have a special machine. It wasn't like they've got now built into the credit card thing, just a special machine that you can go in and do your business with, but it wasn't everywhere. It didn't really work for me. But obviously it was just led to bigger and better things. But so 1st of April. So you reckon that's going to affect the PayPal here as well, Michael? I guess so. That's a swipey thing.
Yeah. No more swiping.
Oh, no more Flappy Bird, no more Swipey Bird. What's going on?
What's the world coming to?
I don't know. But so it's a chip reader. I guess, I don't know. I guess that's all right. I think I can live with that. Because at the moment, I suppose, I go into these service stations and so forth, and you don't know whether to swipe or insert, or I get so confused every terminal I go to. I just don't know what to do. Now you swipe, insert, or tap. You got 3 options. But yeah, but I think yeah, I don't know. Chipred, they're pretty secure. They must be, mustn't they, Jace? They must be. So I'm happy with that. I can handle that. All right, so that's another one. 20 minutes. Sweet. Now we'll go again. What do we got next? MacWorld.
iPhone competition.
All
What's
right.
that one?
That's just a photography competition. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that'll be a quick one. I can do that
Yeah.
one.
Just to show that we haven't got any bias towards other competitions. You know?
Good.
the little blokes, you know, that we're trying to promote the little blokes.
Yes. All right. All right. Hey, if you want to catch us on Facebook, we are on Facebook at facebook.com/Aussie Tech Heads. Also on the Twitter at Aussie Tech Heads. And just follow us up there, or like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Or you can send us all an email. Glenn, Michael, or Jason at aussiemaczone.com.au. And also, I might just mention too, Michael's been writing some little tidbit stories for the webpage. So at the moment, they're a little bit hidden, but I'm going to fix that in the coming week so that they're more prominent. Maybe headlining.
All will be revealed.
Yeah, headlining on the front page. But if you want to have a look at those stories, he's been prolific already. I opened him up a little blogging section, and he's already written about 10 stories or so. So it's go to the aussiemaczone.com.au, go across the top menu, tidbits, and then go down. What have I put it under? I've called it something pretty generic at the moment, but Mac Help or something. Mac something or other.
Yeah, just Macintosh, I think.
Yeah, well, I'll change it to Michael's memes or something like that. But we'll let you.
Good link made in there.
Yeah, we'll let you know. We'll let you know. Also, what you might see, sometimes you might see, maybe he can take a picture with his iPhone, because it could be. I don't know if are you a photographer, Michael?
Not overly, no, mate.
No. Well, it won't be you sending any in then. But look, you can send a picture in to the MacWorld iPhone picture competition. So there you go. So if you're interested, you should head over down now to the macworld.com.au/iSnap. And then once you're over there, you can get the details on how you can enter their competition. And yeah, if you like taking pictures with the iPhone, go right ahead. There's been a few music videos, hasn't there, of late that have been filmed by the iPhone, and there's been a lot. They've got a good camera in them, so yeah, good stuff. All right, Jace, bring us up to date on Bitcoin. Seems like every week we get a
weekly
Bitcoin
segment almost, isn't it? We've got to have our weekly Bitcoin fix.
It is, yes. We had Bitcoin ATMs, but oh geez, I don't know. But yeah, tell us what's happening.
So there's Bitcoin stealing Trojan for the Mac that's been discovered by Secure Mac, and it's a Trojan that monitors web browsing traffic in order to steal Bitcoins, and obviously Bitcoins, really being secured, I guess, in your personal wallet with your secure passphrase or password. If you get hold of that from someone, you can get control of the Bitcoin. It isn't like a credit card where you're going to a bank, or there's no central authority that you can that goes through this. So, or it goes through. So there's obviously a lot of incentive around stealing Bitcoins because they're quite hard to farm now, given the level of difficulty associated with that. So I guess we'll probably see some more around that, as especially as the price still hovers around $1,000 US. I did hear something else during the week as well around a company in the US, I think it was, that made games. It was a software developer that released a patch for their game. But as part of the patch, it actually used, I'm not sure what platform it was for, but, say Xbox or PlayStation or whatever, to use the CPU to actually mine Bitcoins and send the information back to the developer. So they suddenly had this whole network of
Bitcoin miners,
computing power mining Bitcoins for them.
Well,
I'm I'm not sure of the truth of that, but gee, it sounds a good story, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Well, look, I don't know. Do you mine for bitcoins, Jace? Have you ever done something like that?
No, as usual, it's like a couple of years ago. It's like, oh, I should probably have a play around and do that. And I think a couple of years ago, if you did do it, you probably could easily have 40 or 50 bitcoins just sitting around that you did at the time.
Nice.
But no, of course, I didn't get around to doing it.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of friends who did. I think they sort of only got 5 or 6, but gee, at $1,000 each, that's still not too bad.
Oh, that's right. Like, well, I think last week on Aussie Tech Heads, we mentioned that they're installing Bitcoin ATMs. Like, what's going on there? Like, I didn't believe it. I still don't believe it. Well, I can't see that. Well, they're not that prevalent in society, are they? Is it you know, like, I don't have any. Jace, Michael, you mining?
Nah,
I
I'm not
still think
a
it's an
miner.
No, a senior. So, yeah, so the Bitcoin ATMs. Don't know. Anyway, but look, moving on to Michael's next story about Siri.
Michael's been busy chatting up Siri by the sounds of it.
Oh,
right,
yes, yes. What have you been doing, Michael?
So I'm just trying to find out whether Siri, who is my personal assistant, is jealous because I discovered this week when I asked her to call my darling wife, and she replied, "I can't find darling in your contacts."
Right.
But then when I asked her to call my wife the bitch, she rang my wife. So I don't know what to say there. Now, I just one thing just for clarification. I was only testing the bit with my wife, the bitch, right?
Yes.
It was enough that Siri rang her. So,
I reckon.
is Siri jealous? Does Siri get jealous?
I reckon she does in a little own
Maybe she
little,
does.
her little rom way. I reckon she does. But I suppose, what do you reckon? It goes by the first word. So you went call my. So darling, no. Wife, yes. Reckon that's how.
Wife, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and then whatever you said after wife, yeah, Siri
Is
just
irrelevant.
doesn't hear. That's right.
Yeah.
She goes,
No, that doesn't make me feel good. I'm just saying that she's jealous. Right?
no, Siri is jealous. She doesn't want to hear what comes after the wife. She goes, oh, he's talking to her again. No.
Do you guys watch Big Bang Theory?
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Siri episode on that. It's probably my favourite episode. That's a really good episode of Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, cool.
Where Raj has an affair with her.
Look, like everyone. Well, do you guys sit down and ask Siri inappropriate things?
Absolutely.
I think everyone does.
It's actually a family fun. The kids love doing that.
I think sometimes I get, I've had, stop it on blushing, just different different things. I can't. Yeah, just things. That's too profane, or that's profane. I don't do profanity and stuff like that. Yeah. But if you're at a loose end, give Siri some. See what happens.
See what happens. That's right.
That's all. It's always good. Okay, now look, we're going to move on to something else. Products that we use. Well, look, I've got a product. Look, everyone probably knows about this product, but look, I'll bring it up anyway. I'm pretty sure I haven't spoke about it on this show before. But one of the best products that I've bought to do with Apple is the Airport Express. Now, most people, maybe you think, well, that's just a router. But yes, no, it's not. It is a router, which I don't really use it for, really. But what I use it for is because it's got a little port at the back, and then you can plug like a 3.5mm audio cord into it, and then plug the other end into your stereo system. And then you can AirPlay your phone, music on your phone, through to your fellow hi-fi systems. Yes. You can do that. And I find that really, really a great little product. I think it's about $130. I don't think it's too expensive. Michael, have you got an Airport Express?
Yeah, I've got one floating around.
Yeah.
I originally was using it as a print server.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that was my first thing that I was using it for. And now, like you say, speakers and just it syncs up the music so you can be walking around the house a bit.
Yes. Yeah. So the music on your phone, you mean? So you're just playing it on your phone?
Yeah. Well, your music in your iTunes, wherever
yes.
you're playing from, it syncs it up so
Right.
that you can have it going through a couple of different sets of speakers.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, which is a good idea because and also it does extend your Wi-Fi range. So you can walk from one end of the house to the other end of the house if that's
Sure.
where it is, and your Wi-Fi is still pumping because it does extend your existing
It's a network.
network.
Yep.
That's right. So look, it's a wonderful little device. So I'm really happy with that. And yeah, it's $130, something like that. Now I think Michael, you want to talk about your Bluetooth, but just before you do, I just got to mention that some people, I get emails. They're saying, "Oh, look, we really love the show and we want to hear more tech shows." Well, I'll tell you where to find other tech shows. Aussie Tech News. That's right, AussieTechNews.com. Yeah, AUSSIE TechNews.com. Our Shoutcast radio type station, 24/7. Download your app, stick it on your phone or listen to it through the web browser. But yeah, look, it's good. It's got shows from all around the southern hemisphere, at least Australia and New Zealand. It's got some great shows on it. So 24/7, new shows every Friday. So if there's a new episode of a show, it's uploaded each Friday. Okay, so it's always hopefully new. Oh, where's me mouse gone? Hang on. Right, I wanted to stop that. Oh, now I've got to edit that out now. Okay, right. So we're going to go. Okay, we'll do Michael's thing and maybe do how to do iTunes, and that's it. Cool. So I've got 10 minutes to fill.
You got anything, Jason? You got an app or anything?
No, not really.
Okay.
All right, so we'll do Michael's Bluetooth charging adapter and the music receiver. Yep. Cool.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So next we're going to have a chat to Michael. He's also got a product or two that he has liked through his existence on the earth. What have you liked so far, Michael? What's your little tip for this week?
So I got some from eBay.
Yes.
A Bluetooth adapter so that my docking speakers can play directly. I don't have to put my phone on there anymore. Besides, it's a 30-pin dock on the music speakers, and I've got the iPhone 5S now, which has only got the small connector on it.
Yeah.
So I got the Bluetooth one and just have the Bluetooth playing and in the background all the time. Then that works really well, and that was only about $10. But
yes.
Because my dock was old, it wasn't working. So then I found out it's because the first set of iPhones and docks were using 12 volt on one set of pins, and the later ones are 5 volt on another set of pins. Even though it's the same connector, they've got voltages coming out differently. So now there's like a pass-through, which is a 30-pin socket and a 30-pin plug on it.
Right, yes.
That lights up the Bluetooth correctly, and that's how I made it work. And again, that was only about $10. So in the show notes, I put the links for people because they might think, oh, beauty, I can use my Bluetooth, and then they've got an old dock and it just doesn't work. So the people on the video, that's the two of them together.
Yeah,
nothing
nice.
special about them, and just nice and small.
Yeah, sweet.
But work like a beauty. Clean, clear.
Yeah, nice. So they're from Hong Kong?
Yeah.
Yep, nice. And have you noticed, is it just me, or is stuff that's getting posted from Hong Kong taking longer than it used to? Maybe it's just me. But anyway.
Oh, there's just more of it.
Probably.
It's another day's worth of work.
Probably. Now, you also found something else on eBay that helped you out.
No, that was the two parts.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I had another.
The Bluetooth and the charging adapter.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Sorry. I had two images there and I thought they would do different things.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, let's move along to the iTunes gift card. So all you have to do is do a review for the Aussie Mac Zone on iTunes, which is, you can find it if you load up iTunes. So write a review, and if it's the one picked out for that week, well, then you can have this $20 gift card. So alas, no reviews this week, so no gift card goes out. But anyway, they're still there. There's a couple left. Look, it's been going for a while. Well, look at this. 1, 2, 3. Oh, geez, there's 5 left. So come on, let's go. Let's get rid of these. They don't expire, do they?
No.
Hang on, let me check. I don't think they do. They'd be good 12 months, and that hasn't happened. Expiry, no. But anyway, we're not going to let them expire. So jump on the Facebook. If you haven't done so already, do it this week. Look, I'll try and send an email. I'll try and send a Facebook reminder, okay? So I can't make it any easier than that. And look, apologies for the video. If you do download the video, either from the webpage or from youtube.com/Aussie Tech Heads, people have said it's a bit out of sync, so I'm going to rectify that this week. I'm not sure why it's doing it, but I'm going to try and rectify it this week. So don't stress. Don't stress, all right? Yes, okay. So, look, we've got a couple of minutes to go before we finish, so let's have a think of what we can look forward to. I don't really know. Oh, look, I don't tell you what I did do.
I do have an update where we're talking of gift cards. So, of course, we're always looking to buy our iTunes gift cards on sale. We never want to pay full price. There hasn't really been too much happening so far this year, but starting on the 12th of February and running for a week, Woolworths will be selling iTunes gift cards for 20% off. So
nice.
If you've run out of credit, that's probably a good one to go out and grab for the next week from Woolworths.
Yeah, that's right.
And again, if you're not following gift cards on sale on Twitter, probably worthwhile doing that because they do hunt out those good sales.
And Michael, I was going to give you an update on your little trick that you use for hard drives. So you were telling me broken hard drives you were putting in the freezer, and Michael, you did send me a picture of your setup, but was it in the fridge or was it in the freezer? Or you used
it's in the fridge. It's in the fridge.
Well, I froze mine, and I put it in the freezer, but I wrapped it up in like a little tea towel, and then I thought, I'll just chuck it in the freezer for 15 minutes or so. So I put it in the freezer, and then about 15 minutes later, I went, I forgot about it. So 25 minutes later, I come back and I went, oh, geez, the hard drive's still in the freezer. I thought, it's all metal. That'd be right, you know. So I pulled it out of the fridge and hooked it all up. And then I think I had a phone call or something. And so I went back to finish the job to see if it would power up and everything. And it was all sweating. Like it was all condensating on the outside. And I'm thinking, oh, no. I'm thinking, if this is condensation on the outside, surely there's going to be condensation on the inside. I'm never going to get this going. Because it wouldn't even spin. When I put power to it, it wouldn't spin. It was doing nothing. It was dead. And I tried, looking up into the, bowels of the computer and getting hard drives initialized and all that. And it said, no, we can't even see this hard drive. It doesn't exist. There's nothing there. So anyway, it started to melt and defrost. And so I powered. I thought, bugger it. Why not? Pushed a button. Up it came. It just came straight up and populated the window, and I went, cool, I'm getting those photos now.
Yeah,
bang, that's right.
Yeah. But what a great trick. I went a step further than you. I went top shelf. I went freezer. But what a great idea.
Oh, you've got hardcore, none of this fridge stuff.
That's right.
Straight to the freezer.
Oh, the fridge is the fridge for wimps.
But
it's going to be liquid nitrogen or something next.
That's right. Yeah.
But you put your whole dock in, did you?
I put the dock in with the cables coming out, so it's in the fridge the whole time.
Yeah, right.
Working, and that's instead of just having a fan blowing on it because they get hot when they're not working properly.
Yeah.
Just keeps the whole temperature down and makes it heaps faster to get data out and stops it from failing because it gets too hot.
Yes, yeah. Because I read a bit about it and why does it work when you stick it in the freezer. And look, there's probably 1,000 other reasons why, but I read that when you freeze it, it shrinks the head or something, and then it sometimes it doesn't spin or it might not work because the head might be resting on the platter or something. But when you freeze it, it sort of shrinks and it just moves up off the platter that little bit to be able to let it to spin and to work. So. Look, yes, that was a great tip, Michael. I would not have been able to help this guy out if I hadn't have you hadn't have told me about that. Because
I'll send you another bill.
Yeah, I just put it on the tab.
Did you use SpinRite, Glenn, to recover your drive?
No, it booted up. It came to life.
It was a.
Yeah, it came to life.
You can get the data off. I guess that's the thing because it's not going to last.
Yeah. Oh, look, it was an old IDE drive. I had no intentions of the guy doesn't want it. He just wants the data off it.
Just needed to get the photos off.
Yeah, the photos, that was the main thing, and then his music. But I took the photos and the music, and I just couldn't believe it just spun up. Like, it was dead. I was nearly ready to chuck it in the bin. You know, or
Well, it's pretty lucky because normally, when a hard drive seizes, it's the
Yeah.
last use. Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe I just froze it that little bit, and but it should have seen it. Had all just like water. I had it on the desk, and it was sitting in a puddle. Ended up sitting in a puddle.
Sparks flying everywhere.
Well, I just thought I just wrapped it up into a towel. I thought, oh, well, that's going to hopefully absorb the moisture while it's in the freezer, if any. But anyway, that's
well done.
Yeah,
See?
my experience for this week, and good stuff. So if you have problems with a similar item, do that. Put everything in the freezer. It works wonders.
Problems with your hard drive, just contact Glenn. He's your man.
That's right. That's right. All right. That's about the end of the show.
All
Yes.
care, but no responsibility.
Exactly. Exactly right. Exactly. So that is just about the end of the show. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys, Michael and Jason, next week. All going well. Thanks for coming in tonight.
All going well,
This
no
week.
blackouts.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Speak
that's
to you next week.
good stuff.
Fantastic.
And we hope to be seeing, or you hope for you to be listening to us next week as well. So until next show, Aussie Mac Zone, it's goodbye from me and the boys. See you later.